Let's talk some more about fools. What are fools like with the people that hang around them? Or what are the people around them in danger of? Might be another way to put it, because there's some important things we need to learn about a fool and his relationships. Now, in Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20, we are told that he who walks with wise men will be wise. That goes along with a verse that Paul wrote to the Corinthians, and he said, evil companions corrupt good morals. In other words, you will be like the people you hang out with. So in Proverbs 13:20, he goes on and he says, the companion of fools will suffer harm. Here's what I've been trying to tell you. If you hang out with fools, if you are around them and they are part of your circle of friends, you will suffer harm. Even if you yourself are not the fool, just the fact that you are with them means you are in danger. So this is why I say to you, you must choose your friends wisely. You do not have to be friends with everybody. You need to choose them wisely. And people who are fools are dangerous, literally dangerous. And Proverbs 13:20 confirms that those who hang out with them, they're friends with them, will ultimately suffer harm. Now, Proverbs 14:8 says, the wisdom of the sensible is to understand his way, but the foolishness of fools is deceit. So what's this talking about? A sensible person, a wise person, will want to understand what it is they are doing, what works in their life, what doesn't work in their life. They want to understand their life path, their life choices. They are paying attention. But the fool, in his foolishness, he is going to use deceit to try to get where he wants to be. In other words, he's going to lie, he's going to cheat, he's going to do things that are not honest to try to get ahead. Instead of understanding why things don't work right, he will continue to try to do things the wrong way and then lie about it in the process. So understand, that is not how we are to live. We are to live wisely, with understanding, instead of with foolishness. Now, Proverbs 17:12. This is a good one, another good one for people who are around fools. It says, let a man meet a bear robbed of her cubs rather than a fool in his folly. Now you stop and think about this one. A bear robbed of her cubs is very, very dangerous. She will kill you. Okay? If she's hunting for her cubs and thinks you have them, she will come after you and kill you because of it. You never want to get anywhere near a bear cub. Okay? Well, that is preferable to getting near a fool in his foolishness. So again, it comes back to our first verse in Proverbs 13:20. A companion of fools suffers harm. Here we say it's better to encounter a bear that's looking for her cubs than it is to hang out with a fool that's doing something really stupid. That's how dangerous a fool is. So keep that in mind. This is why I'm warning you over and over and over. Know and understand what the characteristics of a fool are. Now, how do you deal with a fool? Well, in Proverbs 26, verses 4 and 5, it gives some information here, it gives some advice. It says, "Do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you will also be like him." In other words, don't say the same kind of thing back to him that he's saying to you. Okay, when he's being stupid, you don't say stupid stuff back to him. Okay, that's foolishness. Instead, in verse 5, it says, "Answer a fool as his folly or his foolishness deserves, that he not be wise in his own eyes." You see, if you respond to a fool in the same way that he's responding to you, he's going to think he's smart. He's going to think he's as wise as you are. No, you don't do that. You have to maintain the wisdom that you have, and you answer him accordingly. You don't engage him in his stupidity. You don't encourage him in his stupidity. You don't support him in it and feed into that. You don't want to do that. That is not going to work. Instead, what you want to do is respond to him as he deserves to be responded to, which is with firmness and rebuke in many cases, correction, and basically not putting up with his stupidity. And in that way, he will avoid falling into this trap where he thinks he's all that in a bag of chips too, as I like to say sometimes. No, you don't want him to think he's that smart, because he's not. And so you have to answer him differently. In Proverbs 27:3, it says, "A stone is heavy and the sand weighty, but the provocation of a fool is heavier than both of them." So what he's saying here is, what is provocation? Provocation is something that incites, it instigates something, it angers people, it irritates people. That's a provocation. So a fool, in his foolishness, is going to irritate people. He's going to anger people. He's going to incite trouble. Okay, that's what a fool does. And the weight of that, the unbearable nature of what he continually is doing is worse than trying to lug a boulder around or a huge bag of sand on your back. You know, I mean, those are burdens, but those are preferable to having a fool just continually demonstrating he's a fool. So you don't want to be associating with a fool. Now, here's another good one as to help you recognize when you have encountered a fool. In Proverbs 29:9, it says, "When a wise man has a controversy with a foolish man, the foolish man either rages or laughs, and there is no rest." Now, this is something that we are seeing in our nation over and over again. Because, in fact, that's also repeated in Ecclesiastes 10:3. This characteristic of a fool is being seen over and over and over across our nation right now. because there are groups of people and individuals who will no longer engage in debate or discussion regarding the issues that our country faces. And instead, they get into a rage, they refuse to listen, they refuse to debate, they sometimes become violent, they are loud, they're obnoxious. There's no rest, no peace. They don't want that. They simply want their way. You can see this. Sometimes they will interrupt speeches that other people are giving because they don't like what's being said, and so forth. They will rage, or they'll laugh. They'll laugh in people's faces. This is a fool. Okay, and there are many of them in our nation right now. Isaiah 32:6, our last verse here on this topic, says, "A fool speaks nonsense. His heart inclines toward wickedness, to practice ungodliness and to speak error against the Lord, to keep the hungry person unsatisfied and to withhold drink from the thirsty." The foolish person, again, is selfish. They're selfish. They are not going to satisfy the need of those who are hungry and thirsty around them. They instead are going to be talking foolishness, silliness, over and over. And their heart is all about wickedness. So, again, do me a favor. Recognize fools and don't be one. Because we have enough fools in this nation and in this world. We need to start rebuking them. We need to start correcting them and treating them in the manner that they deserve, instead of giving them honor. And that's what's happening in our country in many cases. Fools have been given places of honor, respect. We validate them. No, we don't need to validate fools, because they are dangerous, and we don't need more danger in this nation. So keep your eyes open. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Be careful out there. There are many, many people like this, and you do not want to be a companion of a fool. God bless, and have a great day. I'll see you next time.